What is up, YouTube? It is your boy NMR Sports here, coming back at you with another MLB The Show video, and today we are going to be talking about the 5 best players at each position, including starting pitching, which I'm going to do the 5 best starting pitchers that I have used, and the 5 best starting pitchers that I think will be good that I haven't quite used yet, as well as bullpen rankings as well. So if you guys do enjoy this type of content, be sure to smash the like button down below. It makes me know that you guys like this kind of stuff and you want to see me do more of this. You may have seen that I put out a tier list of the Team Affinity 4 cards on my Instagram lately. If you don't already follow that, it's NMR Sports 30. It should be in the description down below. And let's just say a lot of people thought I had some hot takes, and I think there are so many good cards in the game now. It really comes down to just preference at this point. I'll probably say a lot of things that you disagree with. Some of you guys might have completely different lists than mine. These are what I believe to be the best players at each position, ranking 5 through 1. So let's go ahead. We're going to start off at center field. One more thing for the outfielders, we're going to do only their primary positions because outfield is so stacked. I don't want to just do the top 5 outfielders. So it'll be top 5 center field, left field, and right fielders. Just about everything else we can do secondary positions at, because a lot of positions like catcher and second base may not be as deep as the outfield positions. Alright, so let's get right into it and start talking about the 5 best players at each position, and don't forget to hit that sub button before we get into it. Alright, we're going to be starting off with center fielders, and I believe the 5th best center fielder in the game is Cedric Mullins. As you can see, he has pretty solid defense, he has good speed, he has amazing hitting, and he has such a buttery smooth swing, man. This guy has some pop in his bat, and he makes contact with just about everything. Would like to give a quick honorable mention shout out to Jim Edmonds. He's got a great swing and a great bat, but he's just too slow to be out there in center field for me, unfortunately, which is why I don't use him personally. But if you use him, more power to you. You just probably won't get to a lot of balls in the gap. Now, coming in at 4th place, we got Luis Robert. Luis Robert is absolutely cracked. He has great contact. He has one of the quickest right-handed swings in the game. He also has 88 speed. That's not even paralleled. So parallel 5, he'll have 93 speed for you. He's got great defense. His arm could use a little bit of work, but for the 4th best center fielder in the game, definitely not bad. Now, coming in at number 3, we got Eric Davis. This man is insane, and he would probably be the best center fielder in the game if 1, I didn't hate his swing, and 2, he had a little bit higher contact versus righties. This card is still absolutely amazing. Look at those hitting stats outside of the contact versus righties. Look at the defense, and imagine it superfractored at parallel 5. That'd be insane. And then obviously the 99s across the board when it comes to speed. This card is absolutely amazing. Just not my favorite swing, which is why I got him at number 3. Now at number 2, a card with slightly better hitting attributes, but is a little bit slower, unfortunately. That'd be Matt Kemp. Now Matt Kemp is a stud, and he has a really good swing in my opinion. 100 across the board when it comes to hitting. He's got gold defense in center. Could get to diamond, I believe, at parallel 5, and then the 87 speed, get over 90 at parallel 5 as well. This card I believe to be the 2nd best center fielder in the game, and I think you guys already know who the first is. That's right, 99 overall, Mickey Mantle. The hitting is insane, the defense is insane, and he's got some crazy speed. He'd almost get to 99 speed when he's parallel 5, so absolutely insane card. Mickey Mantle is clearly the best center fielder in the game. All right, now when it comes to right fielders, I really value defense and speed. Maybe not speed as much as arm strength, because it's really, really, really important for your right fielder to be able to gun out some runners, which is how I'm going to be ranking this list a little bit for you guys. So let's get into number 5. At number 5, we got 99 overall, Julio Rodriguez. This card is amazing defensively. He really reminds me of Aaron Judge's All-Star card with a little bit more consistent hitting attributes and a little bit faster at 67 speed. He's not going to get to every single ball for you in the outfield. That's why, unfortunately, I don't really like this card that much and won't be using him too often, but his hitting stats are ridiculous, and that defense is amazing. He's going to make a lot of diving catches for you. He's going to rob a lot of home runs, so definitely a good option for right field, just not fast enough for my taste, unfortunately. Now, I will say right field is the most stacked position in the game right now. We got Vlad Sr. coming in at number 4. He's got crazy hitting stats, and the defense isn't amazing, but the 99 arm strength is what gets me to use this card a lot. Obviously, I'm an Angels fan, so this is kind of a homer pick for me. He's got 83 speed, which is definitely fast enough to track down some balls, and just overall, a very good card. I've had a lot of good experience with this card. Now, at number 3, we're going to go with Bryce Harper. Now, the reason Bryce Harper over Vlad Sr. is, one, because he just has the best left-handed swing in the game, dude. His left-handed swing is absolutely buttery, and he plays well above his attributes. So even though he has 91 power versus lefties, he's still going to hit a lot of bombs versus left-handed pitching, and he's one of the only cards that I feel like I can hit lefty-lefty with. I feel like that's the hardest matchup in the game. At number 2, we got another lefty slugger. That is Cody Bellinger, and the reason for Cody Bellinger here is because I feel like the 89 contact doesn't affect him that much versus lefties, and look at his defense, man. His defense is ridiculous. He's got 99 arm strength, 92 accuracy. What more could you want? The 99 reaction is going to help a lot. He's going to rob everything, and 79 speed isn't terrible. He's going to be over 80 speed once you parallel him once. And at number 1, who else could it be besides Mookie freaking Betts? He's got 125 contact, 104, 117 power. The man is ridiculous. He's fast. He's got good arm strength. He's got good defense. What more could you want? He's perfect at every position. Now, left field is kind of the opposite of stacked. It has very shallow, in my opinion, but David Justice is going to come in at our number 5 spot as a primary left fielder. Doesn't have the best defense in the world, but I feel like if you're going to stick someone with bad defense in the outfield, left field is where you want them to be. So David Justice, amazing hitting stats, another very good left-handed swing, in my opinion. Coming in at number 4, this is kind of a hot take. It's Alfonso Soriano. I do not like this guy's swing one bit. The 91 contact versus righties kills me as well. He is fast and very good defense, so if you want a good defensive option that's going to get on base a lot, Alfonso Soriano, but I don't know why. I just swing an absolute noodle with this card. Coming in at number 3, we got Juan Soto. His hitting is absolutely insane. Even lefty-lefty, man, this card is absolutely going to rake for you, and he swings the opposite of a noodle bat. Everything you hit is going to be a home run. Defense is absolutely disgustingly terrible. I would never actually use this card, but I do use this card as a bench bat pretty frequently. He's just going to destroy righty and left-handed pitching. Coming in at number 2, we got 98 overall Kyle Schwarber, who is amazing at the dish. Unfortunately, I've just been really struggling with this card lately, man. I started off batting well over 500 with this card for the first like 10 games, but then I just completely fell off a cliff with this card. I know a lot of people use him at catcher. That's probably the best spot to put him, where he has the most value, but he's good as a left fielder as well. And then number 1, I can't believe more people aren't talking about this guy. I literally think this is the second best Team Affinity card they released. Like, Luis Gonzalez is amazing, dude. Look at these hitting stats. He's got gold defense in left field. It's not that bad. It's not as bad as Juan Soto's. He's got 55 speed. Could be better, yes, but his hitting is amazing, and he's not as slow as Yasmani Grandal, so he's going to be able to hit some extra base hits for you. I don't know why nobody's talking about this card. This is the best left fielder in the game, and my starting left fielder on my God Squad. All right, now we're going to move over to first base, which is another very stacked position, and we got a lot of new cards to deal with here. So let's go ahead and hop into it with our number 5 pick for first base. At number 5, we're going to be going with this 99 Miguel Cabrera. He has the best defense of the group, and his hitting stats across the board are amazing. I personally don't like his swing very much, but like I said, first base is so stacked. All these guys are going to be amazing. He just had to, unfortunately, be the 5th one. Some of these good first basemen didn't even make the top 5. Number 4, this is a very, very, very hot take, and you guys are probably going to roast me for this one, but Jason Giambi is a stud. If you guys disagree with me, put him in your lineup for a game. I guarantee you, bro, this card is going to absolutely mash for you. He has been so good for me. I absolutely love his swing. Buttery smooth. Even as a bench bat, dude, he's been absolutely amazing for me. Give him a try if you haven't. Number 3, we're going to go with Todd Helton, the Todd father. He's got great contact, a great swing, great power, great defense. Unfortunately, the power versus lefties is what's killing me on this card. I feel like there are better options offensively, and first base defense doesn't matter that much. But I probably honestly should rank this guy a little bit higher than the guy we're ranking next on our list. And you guys probably already know who I'm talking about. That, of course, would be 99 Frank Thomas. This card is ridiculous offensively. Unfortunately, the defense is lacking a little bit. Yeah, so Frank Thomas has amazing hitting stats, but his defense is absolutely killer for me, which is why I don't use him as a starter. I do use him as a bench bat, though, so I figured I would put him at number 2, just because I think he's usable on your God Squad. He serves a purpose. He's probably the best bench bat in the game. If you guys can deal with that defense at first, be my guest, but literally every routine ground ball that goes to this guy, he has a 50% chance of fielding it, and I can't deal with that. I'm sorry, I can't. Now that brings us to our number 1 and possibly my favorite card in the game, man. This Vladimir Guerrero Jr. absolutely hits tanks, and he fields everything, man. He makes so many diving plays. Dude is absolutely ridiculous, and easily the best stats I have out of any player in the entire game. 371, and this is all on Hall of Fame, mind you. This man has been ridiculous ridiculous for me. Slugging 829, 1200 OPS. Dude is phenomenal. Easily the best first baseman in the game and one of the best right-handed swings I've ever seen. Now let's move on over to second base, and second base is a really shallow position, so I'm really gonna have to go with some secondary second baseman on this one, so bear with me. At number 5, I'm gonna go ahead and go with Jazz Chisholm Jr. Yeah, Jazz Chisholm Jr. Jazz Chisholm has an amazing, quick, left-handed swing. He's got great speed, solid defense, which you don't really need at second base. Second base defense doesn't matter that much, and yeah, his hitting stats across the board are amazing. If you guys used his Future Stars card last year, this card is just as good, if not a little bit better. So yeah, number 5, Jazz Chisholm. Number 4, we're gonna go with Jackie Robinson, and Jackie Robinson is very good. It has been good since the game release. Unfortunately, not a top 3 second baseman anymore, in my opinion, but if you guys like using Jackie, more power to you. I just can't deal with his lack of power. Coming in at number 3, the best primary second baseman, in my opinion, is Craig Biggio. Craig Biggio is really good. I really like his swing. He's really fast, got good defense, good contact, and solid power. What more could you want from him? And then at number 2, I'm gonna go with Francisco Lindor. Even though he's a primary shortstop, I do think he is the second best second baseman in the game. He still has diamond defense over at second base. He's got great hitting stats, and he's a switch hitter with 2 smooth switch hitting swings. What more could you want from him? Very good card, but not quite number 1. I think you guys know where I'm going with this. In a turn of events that is shocking to absolutely nobody, Mookie Betts is the best second baseman in the game right now. Great defense, great hitting, great power. He is absolutely ridiculous. Now for third base, let's go ahead and go with Mike Schmidt at the number 5 spot. Great hitting stats. I don't really like his swing that much, but he's got great defense and solid speed for a third baseman, so I'm gonna go ahead and put him at the number 5 spot. Number 4 is gonna be 98 Alex Bregman, which is kind of surprising because he's 98, but his hitting stats are off the chart. His defense is solid enough, 61 speed, and he's got a really good swing as well. He's pretty much maxed out against lefties and is serviceable against righties, so I'd say he's a top 5. Number 3, we're gonna go with the new legend, Vinny Castilla. I really like this card. He's got great hitting stats. He's got a pretty smooth swing for a righty, diamond defense at third, and then of course 51 speed, pretty solid, so I'd say he's the 3rd best in the game. Number 2 is MVP Josh Donaldson. This card is ridiculous. Just look at these stats, man. Enough said. And then the number 1 for third baseman in the game. Who else could it be besides Chipper Jones? This is easily the best card, probably the best card in the game. Smooth as hell swing on both sides, great hitting attributes on both sides, good solid speed, good defense. Nothing more you could want out of your third baseman. All right, now let's talk shortstop. I'm coming at number 5 with Bobby Witt Jr. Unfortunately, his stats are pretty lacking versus righties, but I think I hit a home run with him off a right-handed hitter. Yeah, so I hit a home run with him off a righty. Got a very quick swing. He's got 88 speed and diamond defense at short, so he's going to be absolutely amazing if you put him out there at shortstop. Coming in at number 4, we got Barry Larkin. He's got 100s across the board when it comes to hitting, just barely. He'll be at 105 when you get him to Superfractor. He's got diamond defense at shortstop as well as 91 speed. This card is pretty damn good. He is a right-handed hitter, so he will be a little bit better versus left-handed pitching, but overall, very good, solid shortstop option. Coming in at number 3, this is kind of a hot take. Honus Wagner. I do not like Honus Wagner cards, man. I'm sorry, Honus. I just don't like him. I don't even know how to pronounce this man's name. I feel like I always say it wrong, no matter which way I say it. He does have a plethora of secondary positions, will you? So you can throw him wherever you'd like. But overall, Honus Wagner, I think he's the 3rd best shortstop in the game. Coming in at number 2 is the new finest Javier Baez from the show 19. This card has amazing hitting attributes, pretty solid defense with 80 speed. His hitting is a little bit better than Wagner and Barry Larkin, which is why I put him out here. But yeah, this card is going to be absolutely amazing. And Javi Baez does have a pretty good quick swing. And then number 1, I don't know why people aren't saying this, but Francisco Lindor is still the best shortstop in the game, dude. Look at this card. It's ridiculous. The defensive attributes, the speed, the hitting, the switch hitting, he's ridiculous. I don't know why people aren't using him as their shortstop, but I think he's the best shortstop in the game. I know he's a little bit pricey at $385K, but Card is ridiculous. He's my starting shortstop. All right, we are moving on to catcher, and I feel like catcher I got some hot takes on as well. Number 5, we're going with Will Smith. Great hitting attributes, solid enough defense. He unfortunately does not have the pop time quirk, so it might be a little bit difficult for you to throw out runners with this card. But overall, I think this is a very good option at catcher and definitely usable for a God Squad. Coming in at number 4, even though I personally hate this card and couldn't hit water if I fell out of a boat with him, he still has amazing hitting attributes. If you like Mike Piazza, more power to you. I hate this card. I really didn't want to put him in the top 5, but his hitting is just too good. It's clearly the best of any catcher. This is my hottest take. Pudge Rodriguez is the 3rd best catcher in MLB The Show 21. He's got 110 plus contact to both sides, 85 plus power to both sides. It'll be 90 plus once you get parallel him a little bit. He's got the best defense of any catcher in the game with the pop time quirk, so he's going to throw out basically every base runner you get. And, yeah, he's just an amazing catcher. 72 speed is nothing to scoff at either for a catching position. I think this is a really underrated card, and you guys really need to use this card if you haven't already. Coming in at number 2, we got our second appearance from Craig Biggio. Craig Biggio, same thing I told you for second base, all apply to catcher. I don't think he has the catcher pop time quirk, so like I said, he's not going to be throwing out runners too much for you, but still a very, very good catching option, and I think the fastest of all the catchers with 86 speed. And my number 1 catcher right now is this Future Stars Adley Rutschman. He has great hitting attributes, amazing defense. He does have the catcher pop time. He does not have the catcher pop time quirk, unfortunately, but overall, this card is going to mash for you at the dish, and he's going to block everything, bro. He's going to have 99 blocking once you get him to parallel 4. So overall, I think this is an amazing card and the best catcher in the game. So if you guys have been following around, this is the best possible God Squad lineup, starting lineup for you guys, with Mickey in center, Cody Bellinger in right, Luis Gonzalez in left, Chipper at third, Lindor at short, Mookie at second, Vlad Jr. at first, and then Adley Rutschman behind the dish. So I think this is a very well-balanced lineup. You have guys who are righty killers like Cody Bellinger and Luis Gonzalez. You got guys who are lefty killers like Chipper Jones and Mookie Betts. You got guys who are reverse splits like Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and a lot of switch hitting options on here. There's 4 switch hitters, 2 lefties, 2 righties. What more could you want? It has the perfect variety. It's just an overall amazing team and all a solid defense, except for maybe left field with Luis Gonzalez. Now moving on to the pitching staff, these are the best pitching options that I have felt this year has been the best options for me. I have used every single one of these cards, and I have done amazing, if not better with these cards than any other cards that I have used so far. So Justin Verlander, I believe, is the best starting pitcher in the game right now. He's been ridiculous for me. I've only had 1 start with him, but this man is damn near untouchable when he pitches. Same thing with Nolan Ryan. He has been hands down my best pitcher the entire year. 1.3 ERA, 95 strikeouts in 55 innings. Dude has been phenomenal. Jacob deGrom, everybody knows about Jacob deGrom. I did find a fun fact yesterday. 51,000 people have this man super fractured. So if you're curious how often you're going to see deGrom in ranked seasons, it's pretty often. This new card, Clayton Kershaw, actually does pretty well. I pitched almost 7 innings with him. I believe I gave up 2 earned runs, but overall, he's a little bit hard to hit. His pitches kind of dance all over the place. He does have a low hits per 9, but overall, I think this is a really good card, and he can fit towards the bottom of your rotation if you get him. And my number 5 pitcher is Shohei Ohtani. Obviously, it's not really because of his pitching. It's because of his hitting attributes. They're absolutely insane, and I got him super fractured finally. Overall, his pitching has been a little bit below par. But overall, I still think he's one of the best pitchers in the game, especially because of his offensive production. Now, real quick, I would like to go over some of the starting pitchers that I haven't used yet and rank them for you guys too, because I know some of you guys are going to have pitchers that you've used that I personally haven't used, and you're going to think that I'm roasting them or something. I didn't want to put any pitchers in this list that I haven't used yet, so that's basically where my ranking came from. But overall, we're going to start off with Freddie Peralta. He's going to get an honorable mention, 113 hits per 9. He's got a very, very good pitch mix. Let me show you. Four-seam fastball, slider, curveball, changeup, sinker. I think this card could be damn near unhittable if you're good at pitching. So I think he's a really good option. I would want to use him, but I just don't know where to put him. A very under-the-radar pick for me is Greg Maddux because of his control. This card is going to be hittable, don't get me wrong, but I think if you're able to really, really put your pitches where you want them, if you're really good at pinpoint pitching like myself, I think he could be pretty nasty and keep people off balance all game long. That hits per 9, though, that 100 hits per 9 is kind of going to kill you at some point. But overall, I think this could be a pretty solid card. 99 overall, Nate Pearson is a card that I would really, really like to pick up at some point. He doesn't have the best pitch mix in the world, but he does have that outlier fastball that comes in on you real quick. So I would like to give this card a shot at some point. 111 hits per 9 isn't terrible for sure. Better than Kershaw. So, and then last but not least, Jake Arrieta. I will be picking this card up at some point. I just don't know when. He's still going for like 522k, and while I have the stubs to buy him, I really would rather save my stubs and wait for maybe a market crash where he's going to go down in value a little bit. But a lot of cards are at their peak value right now, so if you're looking to sell some cards, this is the time to do it. I expect a new market crash coming soon, but this guy's got a crazy good pitch mix. He's got really good control over his pitches. He's got really good break on his pitches, and he's got the 122 hits per 9. What more could you want from a guy like Jake Arrieta? Also, friendly reminder that the worst pitcher in all of Diamond Dynasty is Pedro Martinez. He is absolutely ass. Don't even give him a shot. It is a waste of your time. He can't control his pitches. He is just overall a terrible card, and you guys can fight me if you disagree. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and look at our bullpen. I believe these are the best relievers that you can use in the game right now. The way I like to set up my bullpen is have at least 3 left-handed pitchers. Anything more than that feels like a little overkill for me, but if you want to throw a 4th left-handed pitcher in there, it's not the end of the world. I've actually thought about maybe putting in somebody like Jake McGee or possibly Zach Britton back in here. Unfortunately, Josh Hader is the worst relief pitcher in the game, so sucks to suck. But starting in the back, Rob Dibble is a good guy to bring in if you're facing somebody who can't hit the fastball. Most people can hit the fastball, unfortunately, but Rob Dibble, he's got that outlier. He's pretty good at keeping people off balance, like I said, if they're not good at hitting that outlier. Trevor Hoffman's the kind of guy you bring in after Rob Dibble to completely confuse these guys because, as you can see, his fastest pitch is 94 miles per hour, so the only way you can use Trevor Hoffman is if they can't hit off-speed pitches. If they're hitting fastballs and they're hitting off-speed pitches, then Trevor Hoffman's not the guy you want to put in, that's for sure. Greg Soto has actually been my best left-handed pitcher lately. 1.84 ERA and 14 2/3 innings pitched. He's got the sinker, slider, fastball, changeup, pitch mix, and he's really difficult to hit, especially if you throw inside sliders to a righty. Mariano Rivera is still one of the best right-handed relievers in the game. He's got a cutter, sinker, slider, fastball, changeup, and he's got very good pitch control, very good pitch break on him. I still think he's pretty hard to hit. Definitely not the hardest reliever to hit in the game, but I still think he's a top 3 right-handed reliever. Now we got Andrew Miller coming in as the second best left-handed pitcher in the game. The hits per 9 are outrageous. The pitch mix is amazing, and he's got a really funky delivery, in my opinion. Makes him very difficult to hit, especially if they've got a lefty. 99 Kenley Jansen has been elite for me. Cutter, sinker, slider. He's got all the pitches that you'd want, and he's got great hits per 9, so overall, very good card. The best lefty in the game is Aroldis Chapman. I think we all knew this already. 125 hits and Ks per 9. Great pitch mix. You know, you're seeing a theme with these relievers. They all have outlier, they all have a sinker, they all have a cutter, they all have a slider. Well, he doesn't have a cutter, but you get the idea. They got the same pitch mix, which brings us to our last reliever. That is Rich Gossage. This guy is damn near unhittable. I did give up my first run with him finally after 13 innings pitched, but overall, dude, he's been absolutely a monster for me. That slurve dances like crazy. The fastball's too fast for people, and the changeup just throws him off every single time. So Rich Gossage is my closer at the moment. So overall, this is the best God squad I can come up with. That's not 100% true. I still need to pick up Jake Arrieta. I'm going to throw him on the squad. And I honestly forgot to give this guy a shout. Asa Lacy, bro. Asa Lacy. I think this card could be absolutely elite. I really think this could be one of the best left-handed starters in the game, maybe even better than Kershaw. So I'm going to give this guy a start. I'll probably do it on stream for you guys. If you don't already follow my Twitch or have your YouTube notifications on, go ahead, turn those on. I stream on both platforms periodically, and we're definitely going to give Asa Lacy his debut pretty soon. So if you guys do enjoy this content, be sure to leave a like on the video. Don't forget to hit that sub button as well. Turn those post noties on. Let me know if you agree or disagree with any of these picks. I know you guys are probably going to flame me for some, but be sure to do that down in the comment section. I want to have some conversations on who you're using on your God Squad. Don't forget to sub, and I'll see you guys in the next video.